Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Matt with Green Bar Trading. And this is going to be a trade breakdown video of a momentum stock that I saw popping up here at 7 a.m. I'll go over my trades. I'll go over what I look at, the catalysts, my screens, my charts, everything that I use, level 2, to get into a trade, scale out of a trade, and if you got to take a loss, you take a loss. It is what it is. So anyway, you guys can probably see my watch here. Let me just get this. I made the watch cover green because it was a small green day. So for what it's worth, when this is red, it's a red day. When it's green, it's a green day. And let's get right into it. So what I was looking at was LITM, and this is a lithium stock. They had a nice partnership with Tesla here and also LG. They're going to be providing what you need for the batteries. So anyway, the catalyst was strong this morning. You guys can see my results here, but this is just, it's not obviously a game changer. But what I did do well was I managed my risk when the trade seemed to me like it was over. So I'm going to get into that in a second, but I just want to go over the catalysts, why I got in at the time. This was the second leading gapper. The first one is tops. It's a reverse split. Second one, reverse split. By the way, these have been very popular lately, these reverse splits. So, obviously they'll be on watch. A couple of other stocks that were just rolling over. So anyway, lithium was there. It was looking good at 7 a.m. and my entry. So before I go into that, I like to see what the float is. I hate trading any stocks that have a high float. So for me, a float like this, and you just go over to Float Checker, and it'll give you the float on all of these platforms. Makes it very easy. So this is under 10 million. You have 7 million float. That's limited supply. A good catalyst can sometimes give you some nice moves. So this is why I was interested in the stock. Always have to know the reasons behind why somebody gets into a trade and gets out. So I liked the catalyst. If we make this a little bit bigger, so first of all, this is my 1 minute chart. This is my 5 minute chart, and my price ladder where I use my executions, time and sales, and this is the level 2. So I have the 9 EMA here. I have VWAP. So if we expand this out, because the 1 minute chart is where I like to do a lot of my entries, and it's easier to show you guys why I got in and why I got out. So how I do this, and I was actually up quite a bit. And if I would have just taken my whole position off instead of taking half, so I got in 1,000 shares here at 701. It was showing strength, and we're just over VWAP. We're just at the 9. I'm looking for that break of the whole dollar. We got the break of the whole dollar. This is a 1 minute bar, and got all the way up to 314. So when I see a pop like this, right, past that pre-market high, you see a pop, you get that break of the 3. I took my profit off, half of it at 308. It sucked back down the next minute and then chopped around here. And I really was expecting, and that's why I held on. I was expecting, since it was still very early, sometimes you'll see these pop up at 7 and they can go until about 720, 725 with some nice momentum before the 8:30, 9 a.m. traders come. So I was expecting this to break again. And I'm notorious for taking my profit way too early because I love to scalp these. I don't want to be sitting in this. So I did a good job by taking half off, guaranteeing that I would at least be in the profit. So I took half off, chopped around, and then when it started to break down, I tried to cut it right here at VWAP, could not get filled 100% of my order, and now I'm doing technicals. I want to see where the possible bounce can be. Maybe we're going to see a nice, bounce back up, break a VWAP, and go. But in my experience, you will get a bounce back to VWAP and then reject further. And that's exactly what happened. And that's why I didn't wait here. All right. I've been doing this for a very long time. I wanted the bounce to VWAP, even though it was below my entry. And then I was going to take the rest of my position off and not hope that it would continue higher. If it was going to break out, it would have done so here. So at this point, I'm looking for a bounce to VWAP, a little bit of an oversold bounce, got it, and just got out of the name. And this is really important to take your profits on the way up. And then even if you don't get back to where you want, do not get greedy. If the trade is not working out precisely how you want it to, you have to learn to just manage that risk. You can't buy something here and then just sit through it and hope that the trade comes back to you. Because if you do stuff like that, if you trade like that, you're going to be holding so many bags, you will never be able to scalp momentum. Because what ends up happening is some of these roll over, right? And new names start to pop up on the gap scanner or on the momentum scanner if we're during the day. Once new names pop up, this thing just totally gets left behind, and that new name catches the attention. So that's what we don't want to happen. If your trade goes against you, just get out. I don't care. It is what it is. This was so ridiculous. 1,000 shares to make $10 it's silly. But it is what it is. Better than a loss is the way that I look at it. So that's it. Real quick, just trade breakdown on LITM and what I look at, how I trade, how I manage risk, and hopefully that's important. Enough to you guys where you enjoy watching some of these quick scalps and these videos. If you do, hit the thumbs up, and I will see you back on the next one. Take care, guys.